Hello everybody, welcome to this video. It's another in the Student Exemplar series. We're looking at the Macbeth question, Act 5, Scene 3 extract, bring me no more reports, let them fly all onwards. And the question was, how far is Macbeth presented as a hero? So let's get right into it. In this speech, Macbeth demands, bring me no more reports, let them fly all, appearing unfazed by the threat of the English army. His bravery in the face of danger could serve as evidence for his heroic nature. Courage is a key attribute of a hero, and its importance would have been amplified in the Elizabethan times. Men were expected to be brave, and it was an attractive quality to have. The audience is reminded of this near the beginning of the play, when the Thanes talk highly of brave Macbeth and his battle prowess. Alternatively, whilst Macbeth's words make him seem brave, almost arrogant, Shakespeare contrasts this with structure to show that Macbeth may be more unsettled than he seems. The enjambment throughout the extract gives the impression of rambling, and suggests that perhaps Macbeth is more unsettled and panicked than he seemed at first. This idea of structure betraying Macbeth's true fear is epitomised in lines 10 and 11. He states, "The mind I sway by and the heart I bear shall never sag with doubt nor shake with fear." The lines are almost entirely in iambic pentameter, which gives them a certain rhythm. Therefore, the audience almost expects these two lines to be a rhyming couplet, as is used on occasion throughout the rest of the play. However, the final words on each line, bear and fear, whilst appearing like they should rhyme, do not when spoken aloud. Thus Shakespeare contrasts Macbeth's brave words with the breaking of the rhyme scheme, perhaps reflecting a contrast between how Macbeth wishes to appear brave, but does not actually feel this way. In this way, Shakespeare suggests Macbeth is no longer brave, and therefore is not a hero. So in this part of the answer, the student has identified the nature of the question about the hero, linked to a little bit about context and the importance of bravery in being a hero, and then written about how the language contrasts the structure, and perhaps that's, yet another example, I might add, of the theme of appearances versus reality that we see within the play. Rather, Shakespeare presents Macbeth as quite villainous in the extract. So you can see this answer has a conceptualized response. It's got a two-part line of argument. Firstly, no, Macbeth is not a hero, and once we've established he's not a hero, let's look at what he actually is, which is a villain. After a servant enters, Macbeth cries, "The devil damn thee black, thou cream-faced loon." The insult occurs as the servant appears to have done nothing wrong, and so Macbeth is portrayed as malicious and irrational, certainly not heroic. Moreover, the use of the noun devil creates a link between Macbeth and the symbol of complete evil. This would have been especially shocking for a God-fearing Elizabethan audience. By stating "the devil damn thee black," Shakespeare presents Macbeth to almost have the devil at his command, which would have been a sure sign of evil for the superstitious Elizabethans, and arguably still is today. So what I love about this answer is the way the student is just dripping in little bits of context. Context is 6 marks, and so many students send me questions saying, how much should I write about context? And I think this is a great example of just dripping in little bits of context. However, Macbeth is certainly not presented as a villain throughout the whole of the play. So this is the wider text reference now. Remember, you've got to write about the extract and the wider text. At the beginning, Shakespeare portrays him as quite heroic, referred to as Valor's minion and brave Macbeth. Whilst perhaps still brave, the contrast is clear between Macbeth at the beginning and him now. He's lost the primary attribute of a hero, goodness, and has instead become a sort of courageous villain. So this is... I bit my tongue then. This is an interesting idea here, because if you're given an extract that is from right at the end of the play, I think when you're looking at the wider text to refer to, it makes sense to look at before, doesn't it? The beginning of the play. So if you're given an extract from the beginning, it might make sense to think about how things have changed in reference to that question by the end. And that's exactly what this student is doing here. Therefore, it could be argued that Shakespeare presents Macbeth as a tragic hero instead. A tragic hero is one whose fortune appears to be increasing until their fatal flaw undermines them and becomes their undoing. Macbeth's hamartia could be his ambition. His one evil deed of killing Duncan to ascend to the throne sparks his evil spiralling out of control until this point in the play, where he appears entirely wicked. This would explain Macbeth's journey from hero to villain in such a short space of time. He brings about his own downfall. In summary, while Shakespeare portrays Macbeth with some heroic qualities in the extract, at this point in the play he definitely appears more villainous than heroic. However, by showing Macbeth's bravery in the scene, Shakespeare draws parallels between Macbeth in Act 1, Scene 1 and him now, and by doing so contrasts his heroism and villainous qualities, showcasing his arc as a tragic hero instead, and serving to have a cathartic effect on the audience that your fortune can quickly reverse if you give in to evil. So here's a nice mention of the idea of the tragic hero. And I think, any question that is about a hero would lend itself to two different analyses. Number one, what we think of as a hero as a good person. But of course, number two, the idea of a tragic hero. And that's what the student's writing about here. And that would come under the fact that this is a tragedy. The genre of the play is a tragedy. And genre, remember, now comes under AO3, context. So writing about the tragedy aspect of Macbeth would be seen as writing about context. I think this is a really good answer. I think it has language, structure, form analysis. I think it's got some lovely bits about context, links everything to the writer's wider ideas and themes, challenging the audience. Really good. Succinct, but very, very good. Please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and thanks for watching.